Hey everybody, this is Jeff, or you can call me YoJay for short, coming at you with another YoJay Let's Play. I'm going to go sleep, but we're going to get things started, so hope you enjoy the episode. Good morning, it's a new day in the Minecraft world, and you may notice that I've updated to the latest snapshot, and it's got this neat subtitles, I guess is what you call it. Yeah, I'm still waking up this morning, so my words aren't all there. But if you haven't checked out the snapshot yet, you go into options, and you actually go into sound and music and sounds, and you turn on the subtitles there. It's really kind of neat. I think it's really neat because my daughter is going to school for deaf studies and sign language, and so it kind of hits home a little bit for us because we think Minecraft's a cool game, and now they've added subtitles for those people who might need it. Plus, it's kind of cool because when you're exploring, it actually will show you some things that you actually might not be able to hear quite yet. Because it's too far away. Your volume might be turned down or whatever, and so if you're looking for a cave it will all of a sudden say lava pops, or it'll say footsteps, or it'll say zombie noises, and it'll sometimes say it before you actually can hear it. So it's kind of cool. And so I thought I'd keep that on. Let me know what you think about that, but I think it's awesome, so yeah. So I'm over here at the farm, and thought we would try something new, kind of add something to the episode that we'll do hopefully every episode. I put up a to-do board, and I've seen other people do this, and I think it's kind of cool because you often come to recording thinking, what am I going to do next? And so I did some brainstorming last night, and I have some ideas. I have some other ideas that I'm not going to put on the board quite yet because I don't feel like we're quite ready for it yet. But what I have found in real life, that if I have a to-do list, what is very helpful to me is to have a completed list. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a list of things we need to do, and once those things are done, we're going to slide them over here and put them on the completed list. It's actually, a lot of studies have been done about people's psyche when it comes to to-do lists. There's something about crossing things off the list that really is healthy. It really is helpful. And so I thought, instead of a check mark of saying, yep, we got it done, we'll just put it in onto this completed board over here. So you may notice the thing that I got completed so far is I've gotten started. And I've been thinking about recording and continuing on with my Let's Plays and things like that. And I'm doing that. So we've completed that. We've gotten started. Now, we'll go in a little more detail on these things, but here's some of the things I'd like to do in the episodes coming up. We don't know how long it'll take for each episode, but I'd like to do an auto smelter. In fact, we might start that today. I'd like to do some sort of mob grinder, and my storage on this world is atrocious, and I need to do something big with it, so that's in the middle. But I don't think I want to start with it quite yet. Because there's a few things I want to do first, but that is a big deal right there. Even my inventory is a mess at this point. This world has been a server. It's had different people on it. I've done different things with it, and that's what happens when you start something without a clear direction in it. Things get kind of messy quickly. But we're going to get that figured out. And I'd also like to kind of work with an auto storage sorter. I got some ideas, got some things I've checked out on the YouTubes, and some things I'd like to tweak. So, but that's going to be later in some later episodes. What I'm thinking about doing is, unless you guys have a better suggestion, thinking about putting the mob grinder right here. And the mob grinder I'm going to be using is a guy by the name of DroidFreak36. He's got a great solution for a mob grinder that I thought was cool, and it only uses very little redstone and it seems pretty efficient, and it works in the snapshot, so that's an important thing. So but we'll worry about that at another time. I'm also taking one of his ideas for a smelter as well, but again, I'm going to tweak it out and make it my own in some ways. So let me just show you my situation here, and you'll see why I need to get some organization done here on the server. I'm getting a little bit of lag, but I'm trying some different things, and I think the last video I did was quite laggy, but I think this one. But anyway, this is my initial bedroom, my initial hidey hole when I first started this world, and I've kind of kept it. I thought, you know what, this actually is kind of cool. So I've tried it, like I said, I try to keep the landscaping basically what it looked like when I first started, but I've gone with a theme with the diorite and the granite and some cobble and the well, you see it all here. I don't have to explain it all, but anyway, I say that a lot, but anyway, it's interesting what you notice, what you say a lot when you're doing a recording like this. But let me just show you my storage. So that's my nether storage. For some reason there's glowstone is in another, I suppose. For some reason there's moss stone in there. I don't know why that's in there. This is cobble. This is cobble. This is supposed to be my tree and wood storage. This is what I found in abandoned mine shafts. This is from killing mobs, and I think this is from when I had this on the server. Some of the guys that the Fam Jam were playing and made these swords or fixed these swords. I don't know. Some food stuffs, some wool. So as you can see, my chests are just atrociously unorganized. And here's some, this is my special chest with all my treasures in it, but it's also got hoppers in it and things like that. Some ice that I made, and anyway, it's just a mess. And this is some drops and some dirt in here because I couldn't fit it up there. So this one here, I think I mentioned this before, but this is what I want to be using when I finally go kill the dragon. And I think I'm going to wait till the 1.9 actually comes out to go do that, but I think maybe, perhaps, I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet, but anyway. So I cleared out this area in here, and I think this is where my storage will be, and the storage sorter that we've talked about. And then finally over here, I showed this furnace room, and I'd like to change this to a furnace array, but I don't want it up here. I think what I want to do, and I don't want this to be a talky episode. I actually want to build something and get something done. But I did want to kind of show stuff around. Down here is where I'd like to put the actual smelter system. You don't really need to be around the actual system. You can feed it with hoppers and then get all the stuff out of it from the hoppers too. But I think I want to put it down here and then connect it to the storage room over there and have it automatically sort into places. I don't know if it made to video or not, but I did a build on my brother's server, Molmock's server, and it was part creative, part survival, but it was a full-on smelter / sorter. So everything that could be everything that could be smelted in the game, I could throw in a chest. It would go through the smelter, and then it would sort it out through all the chests. So everything from chicken to gold and iron to cactus and things like that. Anything that you could smelt, I could throw in and do that. So I kind of want to do that on this world and play with that a bit. But we'll see what will happen. So anyway, I'm going to stop right there and maybe do some clearing out of that room, and we will continue with the build. We're back. I've cleared out this room. I'm just going to light it up as I'm giving you the update. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I usually do torches 10 blocks apart, and then stagger each one each row differently. I mean, sorry, yeah, I stagger each row. It's kind of like my trademark, and I can show you other places in the world I've done that. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 it lines up with that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and it looks better, and it's actually more efficient in lighting. You don't have to spam torches and all of that. This here, in an earlier episode, we brought zombies. Well, there were zombie villagers that we converted back to villagers, and we brought them all the way to my little homemade village over here. And this is, I just found this is where we brought them up. It scared me because I fell, but I didn't die, so it's all good. But it's interesting coming back to a place or to a world that you haven't played it with any very often or very recently, because you're having to remember why you did certain things, and you find different things. For instance, this little what do you call it, symbol here on the ground, it's actually covering up a very large hole that goes way down. I think I just saw a slime, but anyway, there's actually a few slime blocks slime chunks that come together below me down here. And my very first world that I ever had, I actually had a slime spawner that would bring the slimes up to the surface so they could be dispatched and I can get the slime drops. And that was before they had the slimes being spawned in the swamp areas. And so yeah, anyway, it was quite the impressive build. I had this stair elevator that would push the slimes up all the way to the top. It would do all sizes, and I was able to kill them and yeah, get their drops, and it was quite impressive for someone who was just starting out in Minecraft. And I might do something like that again. The downside with that world is when they made the update so that the swamps spawn slimes. The world that I had at the time was also in a swamp biome, so that changed my spawn rates and all of that. So anyway, we have some chickens who are dying. That's always good to know. And it's always kind of interesting or frustrating, if you want to say, when you come up with a way of doing things. And the snapshot or the updates change the rules, so you have to adapt with the rules, but that's okay. I haven't decided what to do to decorate this room, and I will probably wait till later. But this is where the smelter apparatus, I guess we could call it, will be. And it's not something that you actually have to monkey with too much. Once it's set up, it should run fairly simply automatically. And so I don't really need to get to this room unless something jams or when I log in something goes wrong. But usually it'll just run the way it's supposed to. So that's why I thought I'd put it down here. Anyway, so let's get started. I'm going to need 8 furnaces, and of course I have 8. Look at that. I had one with me when I went caving just recently. And I want to do something with this, but let me just see what we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 10. So we can come in 5. Let's do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my first one is going to go, let's put it right there. First block is laid. Look at that. So we're going to go ahead and put the furnaces in their array, and I'll put the description of this build. I'm not going to do a full-on tutorial with it, but this is where the furnaces will go. I'll put the description in the description. I'll put the link for DroidFreak's video on this. He goes in depth, and he has different versions of it. He's got an 8 furnace smelter. He's also got a 16 furnace smelter, but I thought that was a little bit overkill, especially on a single player world. I know a lot of guys, a lot of people who play Minecraft, and they go for the big iron foundries, and they go for the big smelters and the big sorters and all that stuff. And it's one thing when you're on a server and you have a bunch of people that want you allow to use your stuff, and like the Hermitcraft server, they have all those things. And it's good because they have a bunch of people who use those resources. But when you're the only one on the world, you don't really need to have the big resources. And it takes a lot of resources to make those resources. So for me, I tend to go as simplistic as possible. And I like to put my own fingerprint on it too. I like to make it my own. So I don't go for the huge builds so much as I used to. Though I think the mob grinder that I plan on making is going to be quite extensive, especially for single player. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, when you do something in a creative world, you oh look, I got one already. You tend to get better rates for spawning than you do on the other world. But I'm going to go ahead and make these hoppers, and then we'll continue with the build in just a bit. Okay, we're back, and we've just started putting the hoppers onto the furnaces. Anything goes in the back of the furnace is what is the fuel, so we'll have the coal and things go down there. Anything that goes on the top of the furnaces are what is to be smelted. Let's do this. Anything that comes out of the bottom of the hoppers is actually what has been smelted or cooked. So let's do that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So far so good. Well, one thing I've realized is I haven't made sure my resources are up to snuff before starting a project, and I'm all out of wood, so I need to figure that out too. Okay, so this section is done. Now what we want to do is, let me just do that so I can get up here. I think the flow is going to go with the flow. We're going to go this way right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. And then again, we're going to go over here. Whoops. Of course, it's going to go in the hoppers, because that's just how they roll. Come off this side. Okay. Oh, maybe I got it back. Where did it go? Huh. All right. Maybe I didn't lose it. I don't know. We'll find it eventually, I'm sure. Okay. So there we are. All right, I got my sticky pistons. I'm going to stick it there. It's a good way to suffocate yourself. Let's move the torches out of there. I'm getting the hang of this whole thing. That's there. All right, now over here, and I'll explain what's happening here. What I'm doing is I'm making a monostable circuit. Again, if you want more information, check out the video in the description. By DroidFreak36. Yeah, and check out his channel. He's got some cool things there. But yeah, so let's see if we put this like that. I'm going to put a comparator off of that one. So basically what happens is, this is the feed line for the coal, or the stuff that burns, and this is the feed line for what's being smelted. When this gets fed, this comparator turns on and shuts off this torch, and it sends a signal through this monostable circuit, which makes it one pulse, which then unlocks all these hoppers for one pulse and allows things to drop in to the furnaces. So we have to build another one down here for the actual coal section. So I'm going to hold shift, hit that there, and let's just bring this back over here. Oops, I'm gonna have to get more stone. Okay, we are back, and I've did a few little things off camera, just so I could make sure we're all good. And I finished the monostable circuit down here for this one. So see if I can show you how this works. Oops, I can't show you how it works. Let's go up here like this. So flow goes through this here, so it sets off this comparator, shuts off this torch, shuts off the power going under here, which then trips this monostable circuit down here, which then opens up the hoppers to actually work and put one item in the in each of the hoppers. So there we go. The basic unit is done. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take for right now, we're just gonna put a chest. I'm gonna make a chest. I also kept hearing a skeleton, and I found him. He's right here. The one place he can spawn is right there. So that tells me I got some good spawning rate, or good light coverage is what I'm trying to say. I should probably put another torch in there. I'll leave it open for now. Anyway. So I'm going to make a quick double chest here. And there we go. I'm going to put it right. I'm going to put it right here for now. How many hoppers? Oh yeah, we got enough for now. Going to hook that in together. So this will be the output here. Now the input, there's two inputs. One is the coal and one is the smelting items. And so what we're going to do for now, let's bring this over a couple. And let's bring this over let's bring it over one more, because we can. Then what I'm going to do is make two more double chests. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to eat, because eating is important. Forgot I didn't have my armor on when I went to fight that skelly. But it is good. It is all good. And then, I guess I don't have to do that. Anyway, let's do this. Here. So the coal goes in there. And items to smelt in there. So let's give it a try. We're going to take eight pieces of coal, and we're going to take a stack of cobble, and I'm going to place this here. Oops, let's do this so we can see what we're doing. So the coal goes back here. Oh, wow. That's what happens when you hold shift. Let's put coal in here, and we'll hear the monostable circuit do its thing. And we're going to take cobble and put it in there. And these will all light up at the same time, and bam. And this one must have a hopper in it. Oh, I messed it up. That's where that hopper went. Oh well. And it's finally lit. Okay. And we automatically start getting things smelted. And like I said, and what I want to do is maybe up in these rooms up here, just throw everything that can be smelted in there, have it go down through, and have a sorter down here that will collect all the pieces, sort them out, and then put them in the storage. But for right now, this is what we have. I want to try it one more time. Let's see how quickly it takes us to smelt up a stack of cobble. So I'm going to put a stack of cobble in there, and I'm quickly going to put a stack of, or 8 coal in there, and then we're going to have the, bam, there they are. If you look, just put 1 in there, because that's all I had, 1 per each, and it'll continue to fill those up. And that noise means all the cobble's gone through. Look in here, we already have 15, 16. We're already quarter of the way there, so everything works. So I think we're going to call that an episode, but before we go, I'm going to run over to my to-do list. Once I figure out how to get out of here, I'm going to go over here, go upstairs, make my way over to my to-do list, and check the first thing off. Here we go. Auto smelter. Basically, we're done. Put it over here on the completed. And we're going to call it auto smelter. And done. So we've completed the very first thing. And we're going to call that an episode. Sorry for my scatteredness in this whole thing, but appreciate you sticking with me. And if I don't see you sooner, I will see you later, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.